Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my top 10 tips for long distance relationships. How to make them work, how to make them easier on yourself. My husband just left for tour for about 2 months, so I am back in the swing of a long distance relationship. So I thought this video was relevant, and I know a couple of you guys out there are in long distance relationships. So I hope this video helps you out. If you are in a long distance relationship, please comment down below what your situation is, because I think every situation is so different and cool and sad, obviously. But you know, we're all in this together. If you have any tips as well, comment those down below. So as for me and my husband, we have been together for just over 5 years now. And the entire relationship has been somewhat of a long distance relationship because my husband travels year round. It can be 2 weeks that he's gone, it can be 2 months that he's gone, it just varies. And so yeah, that's been our relationship the entire time. This has been my very first long distance relationship, and it ended up in marriage, so it worked out. Let's get into the top 10 tips that I have. So my number 1 tip for you is to find someone that you really trust. This is so important in any relationship, long distance or not. You should find someone who loves and respects you enough to be able to be trustworthy. So definitely trust is key in any relationship, but especially in long distance relationships. Like, I cannot imagine not trusting Matt and like having to worry about where he is and what he's doing every dang day when we are apart. Like, that would be so mentally exhausting and draining. So find a partner that you trust and that they trust you back, because trust is definitely a two-way street. It's so important to communicate with your partner, long distance or not, but especially in long distance, because you don't get to see each other. You don't get to see facial expressions. You don't get to really know everything. You don't always get to speak on the phone, so you don't know the tone through text message. It's just very important to make sure that you are communicating in an efficient way. That way the other person really understands the point that you're getting across. Like, that's for bigger things, like things that might be going on that are more serious, but other communication, like just text each other throughout the day, call each other when you can. You know, you don't have to talk just about big things. You can talk about small things. Matt and I text every single day, and we call when we can and FaceTime when we can. It's just important to have that connection still, and make sure that you're sharing bits of your day with the other person. And just like you would if they had come home from work and you want to talk about your days, it's the same thing. So make sure that you're communicating, especially on those bigger issues. Make sure you're paying attention to how you're talking, how you're texting. Just really get your point across, because it's so difficult when you're not together, and you might not be together for a while. So you don't want to leave the other person guessing. You don't want to be guessing. You just want to be straightforward and to the point. Talk about how you're feeling or whatever the issue is. And aside from that, have fun communicating too. Text each other, FaceTime, call, whatever. Have your own thing going on. Have your own interests, your own hobbies, your friends. It's so important to have that independence in a relationship, but also especially in a long distance relationship, because if you don't have your own thing going on, you're gonna be sad all the time. You're gonna focus on how lonely you are. You're gonna focus on the absence of that person. So it's just important to have your own thing going on. Do the stuff that you love. Hang out with your friends, go to brunch, go to dinner, go to happy hour. Do stuff on your own too. Being alone is very important. So make sure that you're doing the things that you love, whether that's running or writing or baking or, you know, working on your business or job, whatever it is. Put your time and energy in that, and it will help serve as a distraction. It doesn't mean you miss the person any less. It just helps you keep your mind off of it. Scent is a very powerful tool. I can smell something and be transported to that exact time, or if I smell a certain cologne, I know exactly what relationship I was in, which is weird and kind of annoying sometimes, but you can play that to your advantage by using your significant other's like perfume or cologne or whatever, I spray Matt's cologne on my pillow and his pillow next to mine so I can smell him, and it helps me sleep. It feels like his presence is there. It's such a good smell. Like, there's nothing wrong with spritzing a little cologne so you can feel better and feel like that person's kind of there. The dogs love it even. Like, Nugget sleeps right on Matt's pillow because it smells like him. I suggest doing something fun together, whether that's finding a phone game that you can play. Like Matt and I would play Words with Friends a lot. There was another one that we played, but it's just a fun way to interact with each other, because you can get competitive and you can make bets or like whatever. You can just make it fun. It's another way to interact with each other within the relationship. So games are always fun. And then Matt and I used to have this book that I got at Barnes & Noble that I wish we would have kept up on. It was like a question and answer book. So they had a question for every day of the year, and you would both answer the question and write your answers down. Then the next year it would go back to the same question on the exact same day, and you could read your answers from before and write new ones. So it was just something that we did every single night, and it was like a fun little ritual that we had, and it was great to see the answers change, see which ones stayed the same. So that was a really fun thing that we had going on too. Watch TV shows. Like Netflix is such a good example of this. You can start a show at the exact same time and watch it together. You can laugh together, you could cry together. Well, I'm the one that cries, but you know, you can just pretend that you're watching the show together, because you kind of are, even though you're in different areas. Because Matt and I, when we get home from like our days, we like to unwind and watch our favorite shows. So it's kind of like we get to do that still, but we just watch other series like on Netflix. So we watched Sons of Anarchy together, The Office together, and it was just a really fun way to bond and feel like we were doing something as a couple. Now it's a little harder with shows that are like live. We watch The Bachelor and Bachelorette, so he's not always able to watch it. So he'll either stream it the next day and we'll talk about it, or if he can't watch it, then I'll just tell him what happened. Send pictures, and I don't mean dirty pictures. I mean, unless that's your thing, you can totally do that. You rock that. But I mean any pictures, selfies. I'll send selfies to Matt sometimes. I mostly send pictures of the dogs. I'm sure I'll be sending him bumpies like as my belly grows, because he's not going to be able to see how big it's getting while he's gone. He sends me pictures of where he is, because he's always traveling, so I get to see different cities and things that he's doing, which is cool. So yeah, send pictures. Visuals are such a big part of long distance relationships. You know, it's just a fun way to see each other and see what you're doing, or see something cute, or see something funny, or whatever it is. And it's more personal than social media. I'm sure you guys are keeping up with each other on social media, which I'll get to next. But this is more personal because it's a picture just for them. I think social media can be a great tool for long distance relationships, because you can tag each other in posts, you can like each other's photos, whatnot. It just gives you a different way to interact again. So I'll always tag Matt in like food posts that look really good, or corgi photos, and he'll do the same, or he'll tag me in funny things, or like he tags me in Teen Mom drama because he loves the show Teen Mom and Teen Mom 2 or whatnot. He like really likes it, so he tags me in all of the gossip going on that on Instagram. So it's just another way to interact with each other on Instagram or Twitter or anything like that. It's okay to be sad. You don't have to hide your emotions. You don't have to bottle them in. Long distance relationships are hard and you miss that person. So it's okay to be sad. I'm not saying be sad every single day and cry every day and eat ice cream every day, because that's just gonna make things worse. But if there is a day where you're just feeling bummed, let it be, let it happen. Cry, put on sad music, eat that ice cream, watch a chick flick, whatever it is. Like, feel those emotions and then move on the next day. I feel better after a good cry. So don't bottle that in. It's a tough situation, but don't make it harder on yourself by constantly being depressed about it. Try to see the silver lining, that you will see them again sometime soon, hopefully. Always say goodnight and say good morning. It doesn't have to be a phone call, just text each other when you wake up. say good morning, let them know that you're thinking about them when you wake up and before you go to bed. It's just like what you would do if you were living with them. You say good morning and you say good night. So keep that tradition alive. And you know, sometimes the time difference doesn't work out and it doesn't make sense, but I still text Matt like good morning. Even if he's overseas, he knows I'm up, ready to start the day, and that I'm thinking about him. And we always call and say goodnight. Well, not always, sometimes it's a little harder when he is overseas, but you know, we always try to call and say goodnight to each other and just wrap up the day. Those are my top 10 tips for long distance relationships. Comment down below if you have a tip for long distance relationships. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.